to my channel. In this video, we will talk about how to design range progress bar using Tailwind CSS. So in last video, we used range progress bar. We used it as a brightness control, contrast control, and we used default style. So if you use default style for range progress bar, then it will look different across the browsers. Also, it's not that user friendly and it doesn't give you a rich user experience. So in this video, we will learn how to override that default style. We will make it more user friendly. It will give you a rich user experience as well. So let's start. First thing we need to create is HTML5 page. So we will use HTML5 and we will say this is our range progress bar container div, and then in this we will create input type range. So for now we are using default style, so default input type range, and we will check how it looks across the browsers, and then we will modify that default styling. So you just specify input type range, and then we also provide the minimum range, maximum range. Actually we will just use 100 for now, and then we need to close the tab. And first thing we need to do here is to check. Okay, so this is our Chrome and it looks, it's not that user friendly, or not even, it doesn't give you that. Yes, in Safari it looks the similar, the icon on iPhone, but we will change it so it will look same across the browsers, devices, as well as it gives you a really rich user experience as well. And it's very easy. So let's start. First thing we need is we need to source in Tailwind CSS so we can add classes from Tailwind CSS. So I'm going to use that. So I'm using CDN version. If you are using Next.js or any other app, Vue or React, you have to configure into the config file. But for now, I am going to use the CDN version. So for that, you just specify the CDN version. You can also use the Tailwind CSS site. They have resources, the document where you can just go onto the installation page and get the URL for CDN as well. Okay, so I have Tailwind CSS on my page. Now we can try adding some classes. So first thing I'm going to add is width and height, because we are using this range progress bar on blank page. So I need to add that width, and I'm going to use height 4. You can specify height 2 if you want the thinner track, or if you want thicker track, you can specify height of 10. Width, height, and margin. Now we will check. Okay, so I have width, height, and margin. Now we need to first disable the input, the default style, and for that all you do here is appearance none. Okay, you don't have any appearance or styling here, you have only thumb. So you have only thumb, you don't see the track, right? So now we can override the style, and for that I am specifying the background first so we can see the track. PG Sky 800. I'm using sky. This color literally gives you a nice user experience. Now I'm also specifying border. I'm using border 3 or 4. Maybe we can have the thicker border as well. I am using border color black, and I'm using 600, and we can also specify some rounded border. So I'm going to use rounded medium. First we need to check how it looks. So rounded border, I think we can just move it to small rounded instead of medium. It will look better. But if you see, at least track looks identical across the browser, right? So now we will just change a little bit small. I need to provide on focus. We need to say outline none. Okay, so this is our, now it looks height if you want a little bigger. Now it's time to change the style for the thumb, and for that we need to add some vanilla CSS. So we won't use CSS classes from Tailwind CSS, but instead we need to use some styling. So I'm specifying here, you can say style, and now we need to add input type, range, and first thing we are going to change is for Safari, and then we will just copy paste the same style, but we need to specify for Firefox and Internet Explorer. Okay, so this is our thumb styling, and for that I'm going to use width 16 pixel, height 36 pixel, and background white, and specify that WebKit appearance none. Yeah, otherwise it will use the default style. First thing you need to definitely use the appearance none. So we use for track, but for thumb also we have to specify that. Okay, now we have this. We also need to provide the border, so I'm going to use border 1 pixel, solid, and black. And border radius I'm going to use is 3 pixel. Now one more thing we are going to add is box shadow. It will give you the better user experience, but first thing we need to range progress bar, then the default one, and now we are going to also provide the box shadow. So we say box shadow, we are going to say 1 pixel x y blur, everything is just a 1 pixel, and I'm going to use the black shadow. And the second shadow I'm going to I'm just using the blur and gray. Okay, it's nice. You can provide some margin top, -2 pixel, that way. Okay, now it looks really on the center, but already all you do is you use the same input type range, and then you specify for first thing we are going to do for Firefox, and then we will go on to we are updating for Firefox first and Internet Explorer as well, so it will look same across the browser devices. Okay, for we don't need this because it's a Firefox. And now, so here is your Firefox one. It looks similar as Safari. Now all the devices and across the browsers you see this, the override version of your range progress bar, and it gives you much better user experience, and also it's very user friendly. Internet Explorer, and then we can use the cursor, so that user hover on it they can see the cursor. You can also point out onto the track as well, but I would just want to display onto the thumb. So here, okay, you can see the thumb, and you know that you can slide this. Similar for Chrome and similar for Box. Yeah, so when you reload the page, it will be on the center, and then you can just gives you a really better experience, and it overrides the default style and displays identical style across the browsers. So this is working solution. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click on like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video. I'll see you in next video.